Welcome back to NC Bassing. Today, I'm on Lake Norman. I was going to do something different, but I had to throw a couple of casts at the boat ramp. Today, we're actually going to go catfishing. I'm going with John. He's got the rigs and he's got the rod holders and stuff ready for catfish. Maybe if we can catch them, I'd actually go catfishing on my boat. I don't know what I'm doing out there. He's definitely a bass fisherman, but he's been catfishing a little bit. He knows a lot more than I do. He's got some gizzard shad we're going to use. We'll probably catch some perch too, use for bait. And I'm just throwing a couple at the boat ramp. I made about 10 casts already, but he was waiting on it, I guess. Little spotted bass. I could have used him yesterday in a Tuesday tournament. I could not get a bite. Couldn't even catch a limit. He could at least filled out my limit. It was a tough day. The bass fishing is real slow right now. The full moon, they're probably feeding at nighttime. I need to go night fishing, but I'll be happy if we catch 3 catfish. That's the goal for today. Let me get this guy back in there. If we can catch 3 catfish, I'll be happy. I mean, it's going to get hot quick. Hopefully they're biting. We'll have to go mark some bait. I know there's a thermocline, so they're probably hovering around it. They might be suspended. It might make it a little tough. Hopefully we can find them. There's some giant catfish in Lake Norman. I really feel like there's more catfish than spotted bass in here, which is crazy. There's a ton of spotted bass, a ton of catfish too, and some big blues. I would love to catch a big flathead. I've never caught a big flathead. If we catch anything over 10 pounds, I'll be extremely happy. Hopefully we can at least get on them and actually catch at least 3 catfish. Let's see how it goes. Just dropped him off the side, I guess. I mean, they're probably drifting pretty deep still, I'm sure. Fish on, guys. Had to come to Stumpy to get one. He's still on there. He's gonna make a mess. Still there? Yep, he's still on there. Can't even remember what was on this rod. That's a big one, I think. It feels like a big one. Dude, this thing's ripping drag. We just had to find them. Couldn't get them at Long Island. We're at the big island in front of Stumpy, but now we're in Stumpy, or Cornelius Creek. I don't know what. We've got some, that ain't shrimp. That's half bluegill. I mean, this thing's got to be 15 pounds.
That's the way your strip was supposed to start.
Man, you was thinking about coming here. I know there's big ones up here.
We should come in and drive the boat. According to the Panoptics, that's a shark.
It feels like a dang shark. I can't judge it on this rod, but I'd say it's got to be at least a 15 pounder. Goodness. I mean.
Oh, he's blowing bubbles. You gonna catch that thing, or you just gonna play with it?
Big old shark. That's a 25 pounder, ain't it?
I don't know. I ain't seen it yet.
God. A little easier than on a spinning rod, medium action spinning rod, but
Not a bad fish.
big fish. That's a picture worthy fish. Oh man, that's got to be a 30. Look at the size of that fish. Good gracious. Well, that was worth the wait. Yeah.
Everybody riding by looking. What's he doing?
Dude, that is a big one. I mean, that looks like my 40 pounder, but it's skinnier. Look at the size of that fish. God. That thing's got to be 30 pounds, ain't it? Oh yeah. There it is. Middle chunk of a big bluegill. That's what it took. I've always thought, you know, catfish stop biting when it gets daylight, but they're biting in the daytime, obviously. It's get a. I was way off, guys. 25-ish, 24, 25, about maybe 26. Yeah, probably about 25 pounds. He's moving. He's skinny. He's still probably 40 inches long for sure.
Big spawned out male.
Yep. Well, you can see where it post spawn. Skinny. He's not full of muscles yet. He just got off the bed. Oh, he still got a little bit of muscles in him. But there's a lot of fish in Lake Norman like this, guys. We're just some bass fishermen out here trying to catch catfish, and we're just, you know, catching 25 pounders. There he is, guys. Cut bluegill. Drifting. 25 pound blue. A lot of catfish in Lake Norman this size. A lot of guys come and catfish. That's the second biggest fish of my life right there, guys. That would kill my old PB before that 40 pounder I caught. Let's get him back in there. He's too big to eat anyways. Let's drop. There he goes. There he goes. Get him. Got him. Fish on. We found him now. Digging? Well. Big old fat blue. Well, not big, but just a little guy on the down line. That was shrimp, wasn't it?
Live perch.
Oh, that was a live one?
That's a live perch. He's about to pop off.
Barely hooked. I'll grab him. Oh, I know. You're gonna try to twist me up. Look how fat that little fish is. That fish wanted the live bait. We only got one live bait out there, and that's the one that bit. Hooked on the outside of the mouth. Somehow stayed hooked. It's a fat little fish. I wish that 40 incher was that fat. I think still probably 6 pounds or so.
It's good if you don't weigh it.
Nah, that's a good eater size though. Probably full of muscles. Oh yeah.
Clink, 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 clink.
Yep, you can just fill them in there. They eat them whole, just digest them. We got 2 in the boat now.
Fast that thing is.
We just put that live perch out and it got took quick.
I guess I need to find another live bait out there, don't I?
Oh.
That's good.
It don't matter. I'll take him. Oh, that's a good one. I'll just get the good ones.
You got one there.
We on them. I gotta get over these lines. If I want to go over all these rods or try to get them to come to the left.
Just keep him over to the left. He should go under those 2 right there. You don't have another line to worry about to this thing on this side.
He ain't as big as the last one, but he's a good one. Middle of the day catching catfish. It's probably about 10:30. I would have never thought. But I don't know how to catch catfish either. He wants to come up. I hope he ain't in that line. I'm trying to make him go left. Little fat little blue too. We got boats beside us catching fish. Oh, he ain't big at all. He's just rolling around the line. No, that's a little blue. Little mouth. Oh, he's smaller than the last one. They're fun though. Look at that big bait he ate. He's barely hooked on the line, wrapped in the hook, about to pop it off. He's a skin hooked. No, he's through and out. Oh, I want that bait. Big old 8/0 hook, little tiny mouth. Big bait too. It's surprising us fish with a mouth that small eat a big old bluegill head. I thought we'd catch some channels, but I guess not. I guess there's a lot more blues in Norman than I thought. I catch a lot of channels on bass gear though. He's the smallest of the day. He's still fat. That's why these blues get so big. They're full of muscles, even the little ones. They just graze on muscles, and they're opportunistic though. They'll eat anything. You catch them on bass lures all the time. He's probably only 3 pounds. He's good eater size. Fish probably like a year old. The Iowa Carolina Carp Special rods with the Abu Garcia 660 Ambassador STX reel. 6601. I don't know anything about catfish. He's got these Santee rigs with the drifting weights where they won't hang up. You can drag them back. Big 8/0 hook, a float, keep bait up off the bottom where you can drag them. And that, I mean, I don't know anything about catfish, but I see a lot of guys on YouTube use this rig, and it catches big ones. And you can cover some water too. You can put this bait in front of a big catfish's mouth, they'll eat it. You just gotta find them. Well guys, midday update. Just sitting back relaxing, watching the rods. It's really peaceful kind of. It's a little hot, but it's actually cloudy. It's really not bad for August. It could be a lot hotter. It's a lot less stressful than bass fishing, I'll tell you that much. We got 3 in the boat, so that was the goal. I'm happy, and I did not expect to catch a 25, 26 pound catfish. By far the second biggest fish in my life, so that was fun. This catfishing stuff's kind of fun. These fish fight hard. It's a lot of sitting and waiting, but it's peaceful. It's a nice break from the norm. We'll probably go up river here in a little bit and anchor and try to catch some more. We're still here in Cornelius Creek, and that's where we've caught all the fish that we've caught so far. We got 3. Hopefully we can get at least 3 more. That'd be nice. I mean, we already caught a giant, and they're all blues, surprisingly. I thought we might catch some channels, but maybe there's just a lot of blues in Norman. I don't know anything about the catfish populations here. Wind's blowing a little bit harder. Maybe that'll help the bite, and it's getting a little cloudy. Hopefully the storms hold off though, but hopefully it gets a little cloudy and these fish start biting. Maybe the sun might have grouped them up better. I don't know, but hopefully we can find 3 more. Let's see how it goes. Hooked up. For all them stumps. He ain't very big, is he? Don't twist all your lines together. Your float's out there, ain't it? Big are we talking? Decent one. That's why there's so many blues in here. They're all, only the big one was kind of skinny, and he just came out the spawn. This fish is post spawn too though. He looks a little scraped up. They'll fight. She knocked the float off. What was that on? Remember? Get on the bluegill. We got shrimp, shad, perch. They're hitting the bluegill, seems like the best. It's another 6 or 7 pounder. Just fat as can be. It's like the smaller ones are fatter. Any pliers? Good look at them there. Get it right in the jawbone. That's crazy. Ooh, where am I going? Gotta go back and get your float. Yep. Fat as can be. Can't steer this boat for nothing. Well guys, that's the day of catfishing. I mean, we went in the daytime, maybe they'll bite better at night, but I mean, we still caught a giant catfish. It was fun. I mean, it might not be that exciting to watch, but it is fun drifting over. You mark fish and then you catch them. I can understand why people catfish. I'm more of a bass competitive fishing kind of guy, but this catfish fight real hard and they get gigantic. You never know what you're going to catch. You could catch a 2-pound channel up to a 100-pound blue. I mean, I can see why people like catfishing. And it seemed like they wanted to cut bluegill today. But, I mean, cut shad always works. Definitely cut herring works real well on Norman, I've heard. And chicken breast and garlic works really well, too. But If you guys want me to go catfishing some more, let me know in the comments. I mean, I'm really probably going to stick to competitive bass fishing. I've always just loved to bass fish more than anything, but catfish are fun. It's good to mix it up every once in a while, try something different. Caught the second biggest fish in my life, so it was a good day. Big giant fish, and there's a ton of fish in there that size. If you guys are wanting to catch big trophy catfish, go to Lake Norman. I mean, there's obviously Lake Gaston has the state records in it. I mean, that's where the big ones live. But in the Catawba chain, by far, Lake Norman has, I mean, well, Lake Wiley's really good too. Lake Wiley and Norman are the best places to catch huge blue catfish. It was a fun day after struggling bass fishing yesterday. I mean, the bass fishing right now is really tough, and it always is in August. That's just the way it is. September's going to get a lot better. Got the Big Bass Tour tournament coming up then, so I'm going to fish Lake Norman a lot more. And the pond fish are killing. I can always catch a big one at ponds. I'm not sure where I'll fish next week, but thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.